Hey, what's up everybody? Today I'm going to be reviewing the Power Smokeless Grill XL. I've been wanting an indoor smokeless grill for quite some time. I was able to catch the Power Smokeless Grill on sale, so I'm going to give it a try and see how well it cooks. So I just took everything out of the box, and the first thing that's included is the base unit. This particular model has both the grill plate and the griddle plate, the drip tray, the collection pan, and the water tray, the glass lid and handle which you'll need to attach, the heating element and power cord, and finally there is an owner's manual, a quick start guide, 2 different recipe books, your warranty information, and an ad to buy some Copper Chef additional products. So first I'm going to install the handle, and you're really only going to need a screwdriver and maybe a pair of pliers to do this. It has a nut and a washer and a rubber grommet on each side. So I'm going to turn the lid over, and I'm going to take the rubber grommets and put them in each hole from underneath. So next I'm going to go ahead and place my handle right here and put the first screw through. Next I'm going to put one of these washers, and I'm going to put it with the cupped side facing up that kind of surrounds the rubber grommet. And then I'll go ahead and put my nut on. I don't know if I'll need a pair of pliers for this or not. I have some right here just in case, but I may be able to get it hand tight, I don't know yet. And just repeat the process for the next side. So now I'm going to tighten this down with my Phillips screwdriver, and I don't think I'm going to need a pair of pliers. Just holding the nut, I can get it pretty tight, and that's it for the lid. So now I'm going to go ahead and get everything washed up so I can try this out and see how it does. To try out how well the grill cooks, I'm going to be cooking a variety of different things. I've got chicken breast, some thin cut filet mignons, pork chops, shrimp skewers, zucchini, and of course bacon and eggs to try out on the griddle. To set the grill up for cooking, first you put in your collection and water tray. Next you add about 2 cups of water. Next you place in the drip pan with the arrows facing the side that's going to have the heating element. Now you put on your heating element and whatever plate you're going to use, and right now I'm going to be using the grill plate. So the Power XL grill claims that it imparts the same flavor, texture, and markings as an outdoor grill. I could certainly see where the markings would be very similar, but it remains to be seen if the flavor and texture are going to be the same. And of course it's supposed to be smokeless because it uses a fan and water to, as the website says, virtually eliminate smoke. This grill is available in 2 different models. There is the Power XL Smokeless Grill, and there's the Power Smokeless Grill XL. This is actually the XL model. It's a little bit bigger. It's called the family size. Now the Power XL Smokeless Grill, which is the smaller one, it has a 13.75 by 8 inch cooking surface, which gives you about 110 square inches of cooking surface. This grill, which is the Power Smokeless Grill XL, has a 15.5 by 9 inch cooking surface, which gives you a total cooking surface of about 139.5 square inches. So it's about 25% more on the larger grill. And the funny thing is, both of these grills were the same price. You just had to decide whether you wanted the smaller one or the larger one. And the only difference that I really saw, other than the size of the cooking surface, was that the family size grill has a removable lid, and the slightly smaller grill has a lid that's attached with hinges. Now they claim that it's supposed to be smokeless. As a matter of fact, it says that the Turbo Speed smoke extractor uses a fan and water to virtually eliminate smoke. The cooking parts are dishwasher safe, so that's a big plus. You can also use this grill as an electric skillet if you're using the griddle plate with the lid. You cannot use metallic utensils. As far as the non-stick surface, it feels and seems pretty durable, But I think we all know that that's many times the weak link in any non-stick cooking item. How long the non-stick surface is going to last, whether it's going to peel. And if you're wondering what the non-stick surface is made of, I'm pretty sure it's either PTFE or PFOA. The website says that the cooking surfaces have been tested and they meet the recommended FDA standards for safe cooking, which leads me to believe that it is PTFE or PFOA. It would have been nice to have it coated with something like a ceramic coating, which I much prefer, but it is what it is. So I did want to mention that if that is a concern to you. With all that said, it's time to fire it up and see how well it grills. To start the grill, you press the power button, and to start the smokeless fan, you press the fan button. But I'm going to go ahead and preheat the grill for about 5 minutes, as was recommended in the owner's manual before cooking. Okay, so it's actually been about 6 minutes. So I'm going to check it out with my thermometer and see just what the surface temperature is reading. So it's reading between about 325 and 350 almost anywhere that I put it. It's not 100% even, and it's not going to be, but it's pretty close. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and get cooking and see how well this thing performs. So first, I'm going to grill 4 pork chops. It says that this size grill can grill up to 8 burgers or 6 steaks. And I could definitely see that. These, pork chops, they're kind of odd shaped, so they're taking up more room than what, a smaller steak or a burger would. Normally, even on non-stick cookware, I would still use some cooking oil, and maybe in the future I will, but I really wanted to see how well the non-stick surface was going to perform without using anything. So the pork chops that I put on were room temperature. And I'm going to check it again to see in the areas where it was up to a full 350 degrees. It's actually about 200, between 200 and 230 right in here. So it cooled off significantly, and I think that's to be expected with an electric appliance. When you're using things like gas, it can recover very, very quick. Electric is not quite that efficient to be able to recover really, really fast. Now I've been cooking about 3 minutes so far, and I did not turn the fan on yet, which you're supposed to turn the fan on when you start it so it can be smokeless. But I wanted to see just how smoky it would be without the fan. And I'm really not seeing any smoke, to be honest with you. There may be some, but it's not an appreciable amount. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the fan on, but I'm also going to put the lid on and see if that helps the temperature recover a little bit quicker. So the pork chops have been cooking about 12 minutes, which is about half of the recommended time. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the lid. And first I want to check the temperature and see. So in the center we're at about 275, 280. The sides are about 200 to 250, just depending on which part. So it's recovered pretty well with the lid on. So let me go ahead and flip these over, and they are not sticking at all. Got some decent grill marks, I guess. Nothing too crazy, but they don't look bad. So I'm going to go ahead and cover this again and give it about another 10 minutes, and then I'll check it. So it's been another 11 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and check these and see what they look like. Got some of that funky stuff that gets on pork right there. They don't look bad. I don't really see too defined grill marks or anything like that. But I think they are about done. Alright, so I got about 160 internal temperature, which is good enough for pork chops. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these off. So there was the first thing I cooked, which was the pork chops. And they look pretty good. Not real defined grill marks. But then again, you know, I'm not so much worried about the grill marks on how they look. Taste is a little bit more important to me. So next, I'm going to cook my chicken breasts. And I did go ahead and put a little bit of butter on this side simply because I didn't want them to dry out. So I'm going to place them right in the middle on the hottest part of the grill. I think I'm going to cook these uncovered just to see how long it's going to take. So I've had these chicken breasts cooking for about 10 minutes on this side. Next, I'm going to brush a little bit of butter on the other side and go ahead and turn them over. And nothing is sticking. Even though I haven't cleaned the grill, there's still nothing sticking. The chicken breasts have been cooking now for about 18 minutes. 10 minutes on one side and 8 on the other. So I'm going to go ahead and check them and see if they are done. Getting almost 180 degrees on that one. And it's a little smaller, so let me check this larger one. Or at least part of it is larger. So I'm getting an internal temperature of about 165 on this chicken breast. But as you can see, this section is a little bit thicker than this one, and it is not done right through here. It's still kind of pink. So I would say if you're going to use this grill on chicken breasts, make sure they're all the same thickness, and I wouldn't go with anything too thick. This is actually one whole chicken breast that I cut in half, and because, you know, chicken breasts nowadays are so huge that it would take forever for a really thick one to cook. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this part off and finish just that on the grill. So I've given it a few minutes, and I believe the chicken breasts are now done. No more pink. I did put the lid on it for those few minutes to cook just to see if it really made a difference, and I'm still not sure that it does. I'm not sure if the lid is needed if you're going to be using it as an electric skillet only or what, but the chicken seems to be pretty juicy even without using the lid. So next I'm going to cook 2 thin cut fillets, and I am going to also brush these with a little butter. And the only thing else that I've added is some kosher salt and fresh ground black pepper. I think I'm going to increase the temperature a little bit to about 380 degrees for these. So the steaks have been cooking about 8 minutes on one side, so I'm going to go ahead and turn them over. And I'll probably go maybe about 6 minutes before I check them. Cooking these well done. So the steaks have been cooking about 5 minutes on this side, and they look like they're just about done, so I'm going to go ahead and check them. I'm getting about 165 on the thermometer. So I also noticed that the side of the steaks that I brushed with butter had much better defined grill marks. So if you're looking for those really good grill marks, put some butter on there and that'll give you those grill marks you want. Next I'm going to cook some shrimp skewers and some sliced zucchini. I'm going to brush some butter onto my shrimp. And I'm also going to put some on the zucchini. I'm going to go ahead and turn my shrimp over. It's been about 2.5 minutes. So I'll leave the zucchini to cook a little bit longer. So my shrimp are ready to be pulled off. The zucchini is not quite done, so I'm gonna leave it on for another couple minutes. So my zucchini have cooked about 10 minutes and I think they're ready to be pulled off. So all of this food that I've cooked, I didn't notice any smoke in the house. You can certainly smell the food cooking and it smells really good, but it didn't smoke the house up or anything like that. Like I said, I detected no smoke at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that the smokeless feature of this grill really does work, at least for everything that I've cooked today. So now I'm gonna go ahead and pull this grill plate out and I'm gonna switch it out with the griddle plate and we'll do some bacon and eggs. So when I put the griddle plate on, I noticed it's been over 10 minutes and it's still not up to operating temperature. So keep that in mind if you're using the griddle plate. It's going to take a little bit longer to heat up. The grill plate heated up to temperature in about 5 minutes. And it looks like the griddle plate's probably going to be about 11 or 12 minutes. So my bacon is about done. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that off. I would suggest, if you're gonna use one of these grills, to get like plastic tongs, which I really wish I had some right about now, but I think they would make the job of moving the food around and getting it off the grill and the griddle a lot easier. I'm not quite as impressed with the griddle as I was the grill, and honestly I will probably never use this for the griddle. I really wanted something to do indoor grilling, and that was my main reason for buying this. And in case you were wondering, cleanup was super easy and nothing stuck to the grill or the griddle plates. So now it's time to do a taste test and see if the Power Grill XL actually does taste like food you grilled outdoors. The pork chop is pretty good. I really can't say it tastes like it was grilled outdoors, but it's not bad. The chicken is moist, it's tender. I detect a really slight grill taste, but it's not bad. The shrimp seem to have picked up more grill taste than either the pork chop or the chicken. They're really good. I don't find the zucchini really tastes grilled either. It was somewhere around the pork chop in the sense it really didn't have much of a grilled taste. It's good, it just doesn't have a grilled taste. The steak, like the shrimp, has somewhat of a grilled taste to it. You can definitely tell that it wasn't just pan seared or cooked in the oven. So the shrimp and the steak really caught more of that grilled flavor than the pork chop or the chicken. So I would say, as far as the grill taste from the Power Grill XL, it gives you a grill-ish taste on some foods. But something that you could also try is to maybe use a liquid smoke marinade with some of the foods, because that may really help give it that little extra kick in getting that grilled taste. But as an overall, I'm happy with it. I didn't particularly care for the griddle plate. It seemed to take a little longer to cook everything than if I just cooked it in a skillet or something like that. But it's not bad. It's not something that I would probably use to begin with. But as far as the grill itself, I actually do like it. Now, the only other factor that may play into this is long-term reliability. I found a lot of good reviews on it, but I also saw a lot of mixed reviews too. I'm anxious to see how well it's going to hold up long-term. But as of right now, I give it a thumbs up. And even on the foods that didn't really get a grilled taste, it did a pretty good job. So I hope you found this review informative and helpful. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.